What if I told you there are cars out there so rare that even billionaires can't buy them, because they were built just once? Forget limited production runs. I'm talking about cars designed for a single customer, cars that cost more than private jets, and cars so secretive that even hardcore collectors only whisper about them. From Ferraris built as rolling works of art, to Rolls-Royces inspired by luxury yachts, and a Bugatti that redefined the word expensive, these are the rarest cars ever built. Stick around because number 11 will blow your mind. And number 12? Well, let's just say it makes even millionaires feel broke. 1. Ferrari KC23. Price: estimated $7 million. The Ferrari KC23 isn't just rare, it's a car that looks like it came straight out of a science fiction film. Revealed in 2023, this one-off masterpiece was commissioned by a very private, very wealthy collector who had already built years of loyalty with Ferrari. And that's the first thing to understand. You don't buy a KC23, you earn the right for Ferrari to even consider building it for you. Underneath, it's based on the Ferrari 488 GT3 Evo, a full-blown race car. But instead of stripping it for pure speed, Ferrari went in the opposite direction. They turned it into rolling artwork. The body is completely bespoke, with smooth, liquid-like surfaces that hide wild details. The headlights? They're concealed behind sliding panels that only reveal themselves when the car is switched on. The side air intakes? They stay closed when parked, then expand like gills when the car comes alive. Even the massive rear wing can disappear, transforming it from an aggressive track weapon into a minimalist sculpture. It isn't road legal and it isn't practical. But that's the point. The KC23 was never meant to be just a car. It was designed to be the owner's personal legend. 2. Ferrari 458 MM Speciale. Price: around $3.3 million. At first glance, you might think this is just another 458 with a fancy paint job. But look closer, and you realize the Ferrari 458 MM Speciale is unlike anything else Ferrari has ever built. Commissioned in 2016 by a devoted British customer, this one-off creation took years of collaboration between Ferrari's styling center and its special projects division. The client's request? A car that was instantly recognizable as a Ferrari, but one that nobody else on the planet could own. The MM Speciale started life as a 458 Speciale, but Ferrari reshaped almost every panel. The bodywork is sharper, more aggressive, and designed for better aerodynamics. The roofline flows seamlessly into the rear, giving it a coupe-like silhouette, while the wraparound glass canopy was inspired by Ferrari's iconic race cars of the 1980s. Even the paint was custom, a pearl white with an Italian flag stripe running down the center, a nod to Ferrari's heritage. Under the skin, it still packs the legendary 597 horsepower V8 from the 458 Speciale. But the soul of this car isn't just speed, it's exclusivity. The 458mm isn't about being the fastest Ferrari. It's about being the only one. 3. Aston Martin Victor. Price: estimated $3 to $5 million. The Aston Martin Victor is the kind of car that makes you stop and stare some more because you're not quite sure what you're looking at. Revealed in 2020 at the Hampton Court Concours, the Victor is a one-off masterpiece created by Aston Martin's Q division, their ultra-secret skunk works for the world's wealthiest enthusiasts. Underneath, it's built on the bones of the Aston Martin 177 hypercar, already one of the rarest cars in Aston's history. But the Victor isn't a copy, it's a time machine. The front end channels the muscular grills of 1970s Astons, while the rear takes inspiration from the Groupe C Le Mans race cars of the 1980s. It's retro, but also futuristic, a perfect blend of eras. The real magic lives under the hood. A 7.3-liter naturally aspirated V12 tuned to 836 horsepower, paired with, wait for it, a 6-speed manual gearbox. That's right, in a world where billion-dollar hypercars all use paddle shifters, the Victor demands you row your own gears. Only one exists, making it not just rare but utterly irreplaceable. The Victor isn't just an Aston Martin, it's Aston Martin turned up to 11. 4. Ferrari Omologata. Price: around $5 million. The Ferrari Omologata is proof that sometimes less is more, and that true rarity doesn't always need wings, vents, and wild bodywork. Revealed in 2020, this one-off was built on the platform of the 812 Superfast, but the goal wasn't just to make a faster Ferrari, it was to make a Ferrari that felt timeless. The name Omologata means homologated in Italian, a nod to Ferrari's golden era of GT racing in the 1960s. And that spirit is everywhere in this car. The front end features an oval grille reminiscent of Ferrari's classic 250 models. The body is reshaped with smooth flowing curves instead of sharp creases, giving it a purity that almost feels sculpted by hand. Even the paint, a deep Rosso magma, was created specifically for this car, designed to sparkle under the sun like molten metal. Inside, the details go even further back in time. The dashboard is finished with a crackled paint effect straight from Ferrari's 1950s racers, while the seats combine leather with jean-style fabric, just like old endurance cars. The Omologata isn't about numbers or lap times, it's about heritage, elegance, and creating a Ferrari that could belong in any decade. 5. McLaren X1 price. Around $5 million. The McLaren X1 might just be the strangest modern McLaren ever made, and that's exactly what makes it unforgettable. Commissioned by an anonymous but long-time McLaren customer, the X1 debuted in 2012 at Pebble Beach, shocking even the most seasoned collectors. Underneath, it's based on the McLaren 12C, but you wouldn't recognize it unless someone told you. Every body panel is completely bespoke, shaped in a style that blends futuristic hypercar aggression with Art Deco elegance. The rear wheels are covered by sweeping arches, the headlights are hidden in sculpted channels, and the entire car has the stance of something that belongs more in a sci-fi film than on a road. McLaren's special operations team spent over 2 years designing and building it using carbon fiber for every surface. Even more impressive, it's not just a design exercise. The X1 is fully road legal and tested in a wind tunnel to ensure it could handle high-speed runs. Power comes from the same 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8 in the 12C, but the personality of this car is completely different. The X1 isn't just a McLaren. It's proof that when a customer dreams big enough, McLaren will build a car that rewrites its own design language. 6. Rolls-Royce Hyperion price. Estimated $6 million. The Rolls-Royce Hyperion isn't just a car, it's a love letter to the golden age of coach-built automobiles. Revealed in 2008, the Hyperion was designed and built by Pininfarina, the legendary Italian design house, for one very particular collector who wanted something truly unique. A modern Rolls that looked like it had driven straight out of the 1930s. Starting with a phantom drophead coupe as the base, Pininfarina stripped it down and reimagined it as a 2-seater roadster with sweeping proportions. The hood was lengthened dramatically, the windshield pushed back, and the rear deck stretched to give it that elegant pre-war Grand Tourer look. The effect is stunning, equal parts vintage romance and modern luxury. Inside, it's pure opulence, but with quirky touches that make it unforgettable. The client requested custom compartments, including a special slot for his hunting rifle, because apparently nothing pairs with leather and wood quite like a bespoke firearm case. Only one Hyperion exists, and like most true one-offs, it's more than transportation. It's art on wheels, a bridge between Rolls-Royce tradition and Italian flair. The Hyperion isn't about performance stats, it's about timeless presence. 7. Ferrari P80/C price. Estimated $7 to $8 million. The Ferrari P80/C is one of the most extreme one-offs Maranello has ever created, and that's saying something. Revealed in 2019 after more than 3 years of development, this car wasn't designed to be pretty, practical, or even road legal. It was built for one thing: to fulfill the dream of a single Ferrari collector who wanted a track weapon unlike any other. The P80/C started life as a 488 GT3 race car, but Ferrari's special projects team reshaped every inch of it. The result is a machine that looks less like a modified Ferrari and more like a futuristic prototype racer. Gigantic air intakes carve into the body, the rear wing is the size of a small dining table, and the rear diffuser looks like it belongs on a Le Mans car. Every line screams aggression, but there's history here too. The client asked Ferrari to draw inspiration from icons like the 330 P3/P4 and the Dyno 206, and if you look closely, you can see hints of that retro DNA woven into the design. With no racing regulations holding it back, the P80/C is pure fantasy, the kind of car Ferrari builds when performance and art collide. 8. Lamborghini SC20. Price: around $5 million. If subtlety is what you're after, look away now, because the Lamborghini SC20 is about as subtle as a rocket launch. Revealed in 2020, this one-off road-legal speed machine was built by Lamborghini's Squadra Corse racing division for a single customer who wanted a car that looked like it escaped from a racetrack straight into a comic book. The SC20 is essentially Lamborghini's design team having fun with zero limitations. No roof, no windshield, no compromises. Its body is carved from carbon fiber with massive fins, wings, and intakes inspired by legends like the Diablo 5T Roadster, the Aventador J, and even the Concept S. From the front, it looks like a fighter jet. From the back, it looks like pure chaos. Power comes from Lamborghini's naturally aspirated 6.5-liter V12, tuned to 759 horsepower. And because there's no windshield when you floor it, you don't just hear the V12 scream. You feel every decibel blasting into your chest. It's the closest thing to strapping yourself onto an engine with wheels. The SC20 is outrageous, impractical, and completely over the top, which is exactly why it's pure Lamborghini. 9. Maybach Exelero. Price: $8 million. The Maybach Exelero isn't just a car, it's a rolling statement of power and excess. Commissioned in 2005 by Fulda, a German tire manufacturer, the Exelero was originally built as a high-speed testbed for their new generation of ultra-performance tires. But what they ended up with was one of the most imposing one-offs in automotive history. The design is brutal and elegant at the same time. Long, wide, and low, it looks more like a luxury battleship than a coupe. The twin-turbocharged 5.9-liter V12 under the hood delivers nearly 700 horsepower and a mountain of torque, enough to push this 2.5-ton giant to a staggering 218 miles per hour. That's not just fast for a Maybach, that's supercar territory. Inside, the cabin is lined with leather, aluminum, and carbon fiber, blending Maybach luxury with racing-inspired touches. It was never about selling cars. It was about showing what's possible when engineering ambition meets unlimited budgets. The Exelero has since become a legend, passing between private owners and even starring in a Jay-Z music video. One was rumored to have been owned by a rapper for $8 million, cementing its reputation as both a collector's dream and a cultural icon. 10. Bugatti Chiron Profilée. Price: $10.8 million. Auction. The Bugatti Chiron Profilée is one of those rare cars that wasn't supposed to exist, and that's exactly why it became legendary. Originally, Bugatti had planned to produce a limited run of Chirons that blended the raw power of the purse sport with the elegance of the standard Chiron. But as production numbers tightened and the Chiron's lifespan came to an end, Bugatti decided to build just one, a single car. And that's how the Profilée was born. Visually, it stands apart from every other Chiron. The rear sports a fixed horseshoe-shaped wing integrated seamlessly into the bodywork, while the front features larger air intakes and a widened grille for improved cooling. The paintwork is a unique shade of silver blue, exclusive to this model. Even the interior receives special treatment, featuring hand-woven leather patterns that had never been attempted on a Bugatti before. Mechanically, it carries the same quad-turbocharged 8.0-liter W16 engine as the Purse Sport, capable of 1,479 horsepower. But the Profilée was engineered to be the perfect balance of performance and luxury, a true gentleman's hypercar. When it crossed the auction block in 2023, it fetched $10.8 million, instantly cementing itself as one of the most expensive new Bugattis ever sold. 11. Rolls-Royce Sweptail. Price: $12.8 million. The Rolls-Royce Sweptail might be the ultimate example of modern coach building. Revealed in 2017 at the Concorso d'Eleganza Via d'Este, this car was commissioned by a mystery client who asked Rolls-Royce for something that combined the grace of 1920s grand tourers with the sleek beauty of classic yachts. The result? A car that looks like it belongs on the French Riviera, parked beside a billionaire's super yacht. Based on the Rolls-Royce Phantom platform, the Sweptail took nearly 4 years to complete. Its most striking feature is the roofline, which sweeps back into a tapered rear deck, hence the name Sweptail. A massive panoramic glass roof stretches the length of the cabin, flooding the interior with light and creating the feeling of sitting inside a luxury lounge on wheels. Inside, it's exactly what you'd expect from Rolls-Royce, and then some. Rare woods, hand-stitched leather, and hidden compartments for champagne and crystal flutes. Everything was crafted to the owner's taste, right down to the smallest detail. At $12.8 million, the Sweptail became the most expensive new car in the world at the time, but for its owner, it wasn't about the price. It was about owning something truly one of a kind. 12. Bugatti La Voiture Noire. Price: $18.7 million. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire isn't just rare, it's the crown jewel of modern automotive history. When it was unveiled at the 2019 Geneva Motor Show, it instantly became the most expensive new car in the world, with a jaw-dropping price tag of $18.7 million. but the story behind it makes it even more fascinating. La Voiture Noire translates to the black car, and it's a tribute to one of Bugatti's greatest mysteries, the missing Type 57 SC Atlantic owned by Jean Bugatti in the 1930s. That car vanished during World War II and has never been found. The new La Voiture Noire was designed as a modern reinterpretation of that legend, blending history with futuristic design. The body is sculpted entirely from black carbon fiber with curves so smooth they almost look liquid. At the rear, a seamless LED strip stretches across the back, finishing with six exhaust tips. Under the hood, the iconic quad-turbo 8.0-liter W16 engine pumps out 1,479 horsepower, making it as powerful as it is mysterious. The La Voiture Noire isn't just a car, it's a myth brought back to life, a rolling piece of art, and the ultimate symbol of exclusivity. So, which one of these ultra-rare machines blew your mind the most? The futuristic Ferrari KC23? The outrageous Lamborghini SC20? Or the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, the car that redefined expensive? Let me know in the comments which one you'd take if money weren't an issue. And don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe for more insane car stories, and turn on notifications because we've got even crazier lists coming your way.